Hello guys and welcome back. In this lecture we're going to be learning about the transform options and expand option in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, so start by creating a new document, create and I'm going to just shift O to select my shape, artboard tool, increase it a bit. And okay, the first one we're going to learn about is the transform options. Okay, so the transform options help us in doing transformations to our objects. So for example, we have this object, we have it blue, right? Now we can come to object, then transform. Now we can see that we have move, which will enable us move our object. Okay, so as I adjust the horizontal value here, you can see a highlight of the original and a highlight of where it's going to be when I click OK. Okay, so now we have been able to move our shape. Now we have the rotate, which we can use to rotate our shape. Okay, just as simple as this. And then we have the reflect, which we can use to reflect our shape. Okay, so we are kind of let's say reflecting our shape or twisting our shape, okay, or flipping our shape rather. So when I select this, for example, I just created this so we can see how it works better, right? So transform and then reflect, so we can now see how it works better. So if we click copy, we'll have two copies, one with the original and one with the reflected version. Okay, so we can select both of them and delete. And apart from reflect, we also have scale, which we can use to scale our object both uniformly and ununiformly. If we do it uniformly, the horizontal and the vertical will scale at the same time. Okay, but if we hit non-uniform, we're going to be able to scale the horizontal separately and the vertical separately. Perfect. Now we also have this other one, which is the share. Okay, and this is what it does. Okay, perfect. And then we also have this one which says transform each. Now this transform each enables us to transform our shapes individually. Okay, that's what I mean by individually is we are able to transform the scale and also the move and also the rotate all on this place, and also the reflect and other kinds of transform effects all on this tool. Okay, so if I click OK, you'll see that it's now taking our new transform properties. So basically that's all about the transform properties. Okay, and I just want to create something cool right now, so I just select the star tool and created a star shape. Okay, and I'm just going to centralize this or align it to the middle. Okay, so it's aligned to the middle. Now I'm going to remove the gradient, the stroke, and then hit A, and then kind of edit my my points like this, kind of make it a little bit smoother. Okay, so it is perfect. And then I'm going to apply a stroke to this, a gradient to this. Okay, so I give it the gradient, give it the radial gradient, and come to this place and choose a color. So we can see that it's currently at grayscale. So come here and give it RGB. I'm just going to choose a color here. So let me just go with this color. Okay, so this is the color. And for this other part, I'm going to give it another color. So let's say let's try different colors and see how they work, right? So I'm thinking I should go with this color. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So this is the color I have chosen. Maybe I should make this one a little darker. Okay, perfect. So this is the color I've chosen. So let me just do something. So come to object, then transform, then transform each. Now I want to kind of reset everything here. So let me just bring everything to 100. Okay, 100 instead, not 200. 100. Okay, and then for the move, let's give it 0 and see 0. Okay, perfect. Now I want to leave the rotation at 15, and then for the horizontal scale I want to give it 80, and then for the vertical scale I want to give it 80. Okay, so I'm going to click copy. Okay, so it has created one new version with the new scale properties. Now that's what we call transform again, okay, which is Control D. Now this will repeat the transform effect on the current object. Okay, so we have the new object selected, so if I click this transform again, we can see that the new object has been affected. Okay, so when I keep doing Control D, transform again, or Control D, Control D, Control D, and keep doing it, we can see that at the end of everything we have been able to come up with a very nice design. Okay, a very nice flowery design, flower-like design with this effect. So we can select everything and come here to our gradient mesh tool and then click here. Now we have now succeeded in reversing our color. Okay, so what I will do is I'm just going to Shift O, okay, for my artboard tool, and then hold down Alt and drag this to the right hand side. Then for the first option, I'm going to have it I'm going to have the gradient, the present gradient reversed. Okay, so we have the darker version and we have the brighter version. Okay, so that's one of the things we can do with the transform option. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. Whether you want to learn a new skill, explore a new hobby, or level up your career, Skillshare definitely has something for you. There are thousands of classes on Skillshare on practically any topic you can think of. You can learn from experts in their fields, watch video lessons at your own pace, and join a community of millions of learners. But wait, there is even more. Skillshare is offering a special deal to our viewers. The first 100 people to click the link in the description below will get a 30-day free trial of Skillshare Premium membership, so you can explore your creativity and learn new skills. Click the link below and start your journey with Skillshare today. And then the next thing we're going to be looking at is the expand option. So I'm just going to Shift O again to bring this one here. Okay, and then just kind of delete this guy. Okay, so I'm using V to select the selection tool. Okay, I'm just using shortcuts, and V for the selection tool, A for the direct selection tool, and I'm going to talk on shortcuts in the end of this module, so you know some of the shortcuts which you can use to speed up your workflow. Okay, so for now you can use V for the direct selection tool and A for the V for the selection tool and A for the direct selection tool. So for expand, what does expand do? What expand does is it normalizes an effect added to our object. Let me explain. So let's assume we have this guy here. So this is a rectangle and we don't give it a stroke. So let's give it a stroke of 1. Increase the size. So we can see that this is a stroke effect. This is a stroke effect. Okay, so I'm just going to apply the expand option to this shape. Okay, and we'll see what it does. It will expand the appearance, and we're going to have the stroke as the fill color. So let's just come to object and expand. Now this is expand. I'm going to hit OK. Now we can now see that when I select it, we do not have any stroke. Okay, so it has turned the stroke to a filled color. So when I select it and ungroup, I will now be able to take out the stroke like this. Okay, so now this is our fill color and this is our stroke color. Now you can see that because of the expand effect, the fill color, since it's a gradient, it was now subdivided into several shapes. Okay, now if we kind of expand or try to open this shape which has the gradient, we'll see that this is now several shapes which have now been added together with several colors to produce this gradient look. So as you can see, as I hover around, you can see that several shapes are now highlighted. So when I select the guy and release clipping mask, okay, and we're going to learn about clipping masks later on, and then kind of drag this guy to the left hand side, you can see that now this is a solid color and there are several of them here. Okay, so what Adobe Illustrator has done is it has kind of turned this gradient to a solid shape. Okay, so we have different gradients, we have a lot of shapes which have now come together to form the gradient we can see. So if we keep doing this, we'll keep removing them one after the other, depending on how complex the gradient is. So this is one of the things that expand can do also. Expand also works with effects. So if we apply an effect and we apply expand is going to kind of try its best to make the effect be part of the shape. Okay, so that's basically what expand does. Okay, it works with the appearance of the shape. Okay, so you can either use expand or expand appearance. Sometimes you see that this expand appearance gets enabled and you can use it if you want to expand the appearance of the shape. Okay, so expand is something very common that designers use in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, and we're going to see how to use all of these things when we start working on real projects here in Adobe Illustrator. So I'm just going to save this file. Okay, expand, or rather let me use transform options and expand. Okay, sorry, and expand. I already have this expand here, so I'm just going to save this in the folder so you can also have access to it. Okay, so basically guys, that's it for the expand and the transform options here in Adobe Illustrator. That will be it for this lecture, and in the next lecture we're going to learn even more interesting stuff. Okay, so see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey, so that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. We post new videos every week covering topics in the fields of graphic design and illustration, motion graphics and video, branding, and more. If you want to support us and get access to exclusive benefits such as the project files we use in our classes, a live chat with us, shoutouts, and more, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can join for as little as $3 a month, and the link to our Patreon page is in the description below. And if you want to take your learning to the next level, you can check out the complete course, of which this episode is a part of. And in the complete course, you get access to more than 10 hours of video lessons, project files and resources, class exercises, a Q&A section, a certificate of completion, and more. You can get the course for a special discount by using the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.